Alright, mateys. Hey, you know, how did I get to become the Vagabond Epicurean? Well, it's a long story, but I'm going to try to keep it a little short for you. Well, I was born and raised in Kankakee, Illinois, just south of Chicago. And my mom and dad had a very popular and successful restaurant. And that's where I learned to cook and the finer art of cuisine. And I've always been kind of a, I don't know, lucky guy and also a little bit of a rebel, not necessarily for a cause, sometimes just because. For example, I was in the Air Force, never got sent to Vietnam, I was lucky there. Now the rebel side, first of all, how many airmen or soldiers have their medals pinned on by a 2-star general? Not many. Worse yet, how many have the audacity or the kahunas to show up in a Hawaiian shirt? Only me. Well, and since I grew up in the restaurant business, I kind of stayed with it, but I went into hotels. I went to the State University of New York at Delhi, 2-year college up in the Catskills, very pretty. It's where I met my lovely wife, in fact. Well, the hotel industry is a little better than the restaurant industry. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. And so I worked for a number, after I got out of the Air Force, I worked for a number of large hotel companies on the East Coast, Weingartner Hammond, American Motor Inns, Prime Motor Inns. But after a few years of that, I got tired of the corporate world. I mean, I was a regional director, I supervised 7 hotels. My rebel part of me said, enough of that. So I went into my own business in 1988 doing hotel restaurant consulting. And that's when I got into boating. I also became a private pilot. And that went along pretty good. I enjoyed the boating lifestyle and flying around and had a good time. But unfortunately, in 2008, when a lot of businesses hit the skids, unfortunately, mine did too. And as a baby boomer, it was very difficult to get things going again. You know, I've had my ups and my downs. But in 2013, I worked out a deal with Ed and Robin Karowski, at that time Gratitude Yacht Center, now with S&J Yachts, where I got this project boat, this 30-foot sailboat that I'm currently using. And I fixed it up and, you know, and I was able to buy that from them and continue my cruising. Kind of led me to think about, you know, with my ups and downs in business and the hustle bustle of everything, I decided I just kind of wanted to streamline, simplify my life, but still enjoy the pursuit of, which is Epicurean, the pursuit of sensual pleasures. Taste, sound, smell, feel, sight. You have all of that in the boating lifestyle. And the Vagabond, well, hey, I hit a rough spot in life. I live on the sailboat most of the year. The other parts of the year, Sherry and I, we travel around and stay with our sons, one in Wisconsin, where I am now, one outside of DC, and one in New Jersey. And then at North Point Marina in Rock Hall, Maryland. And hopefully this year, in 2018, I'm going to have an opportunity to expand my cruising and my sailing. And that's really all there is to it. You know, you kind of grow up with a certain expectations and things change. And, you know, the simpler way of life, decluttering, it's really refreshing. You know, and I've had people ask me and say, you know, aren't you happier now that you don't have all that money? No, I'm not. But I'm learning to be. And the reality is, it is more calming. You know, you can clear your mind and relax a little bit. Not every day is pressure to get something done. Hey, I'm in my late 60s. I don't need that kind of pressure anymore. I don't need a lot to get by on. Just the basic essentials. And I am happy with that. I hope that you'll come along on the journey as I cruise around and expand my cruising grounds and my sailing experience and the DIY projects I do and the cooking on board and enjoy some of the fine cuisine that I've learned to enjoy. It's going to be a new chapter in my life. I should say in our life, and my wife's life too. So come on along. I think you're going to enjoy it, and I'd love to share the adventures with you. Well, happy and safe boating to you, your family, and friends, and come on along for the journey, guys.